Two score minus two. I have voted since the day the government said I could, and since the day my mother told me I had to. It was considered an honor and a duty to take a chance. Let my voice be counted and make a difference in this United States of America. My vote was that factor in making a change, choosing the right representative for this free world in pursuit of life and liberty. Our founding fathers and delegates from 10 states agreed on Article 2, Section 1 of the U.S. Constitution, allowing us, to vote for, or shall I say, designate an elector who will officially choose from the casting vote. That is the vote, the final answer, the Electoral College, the determining factor after our popular vote. It may be popular, but it does not always set the trend. This Electoral College, made up of House of Representatives and Senators, is where the power lies. John Adams, Ben Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and George Washington broke from British rule, created the Declaration of Independence. They put this thing together with laws, rules, a presidential and vice president, a government body. Their goals were to visit states, big and small, avoid a takeover by one body or one person, not be indebted to Congress, create a bicameralism, keep a separation of power, a government style of federalism, having two legislative bodies with checks and balances to give the people a voice, establish harmony, and create a better cohesive union. Keep in mind, slavery is still going on. The founding fathers and delegates appointed 11 members from each state at the Constitutional Convention to decide how to elect the president. They created the Grand Committee on the Postponed Question. They didn't have political parties in 1787. Initially, they preferred the national popular vote, but the southern states would not agree. They were not having it. Although they used to tally votes, and the most votes went to the president. The second most votes went to the vice president. This was prior to 1807. And there were literally a lot of moving parts in this decision when our founding fathers came together. The 3/5 rule was implemented at this time to increase congressional representation, increase political power in the slaveholding states, who were able to count their total population based on that 3/5 rule. This helped in funding, taxation, and representation in the House of Representatives. As the Senate and the House of Representatives are designated to represent the people and be the voice of the people. To this day, nationwide presidential elections are held in November. The Electoral College meets in December. They count the majority votes in the state, December 15th, and they meet in January, where they count all the votes in the company of the vice president. All this as we watch the blue colors and the red colors. They put them on the map, and they put them on different states, and we're very entertained by all of that. Al Gore in 2000 lost to George W. Bush. Hillary Clinton in 2016 lost to Donald J. Trump. These are just a few. This has happened before, but just want to name a few that I know of. Won the popular vote, but didn't get the Electoral College. If no candidate gets a majority vote, the House of Representatives will pick the president. In 1969 and 2005, the Electoral College was challenged, but the House of Representatives and the Senate rejected. They totally objected to this challenge. Perhaps the founding fathers were thinking that people weren't savvy enough, or people would not agree, and people from all different backgrounds and lifestyles, maybe they felt they wouldn't be able to come to a decision So this electoral college was created, even though they still made us feel inclusive with the popular vote. But knowing they no longer were under a king, under a monarchy, this system could possibly create a united nation without an aristocratic government. So every 4 years we vote. The popular vote to elect a group of electors to elect our president and vice president. Why? To establish the small states and the big states that they are each attended to not be overshadowed by bigger states, to avoid tyranny. Who is this electoral college? States elected officials, state party leaders, people who are personal political affiliations with presidential candidates. In most cases, the candidates winning the most popular vote is the winner. Electors are not held to any federal law stating they have to vote according to the popular vote. Although it may feel like the Congress is undermining the people, the popular vote, many attempts have been made to amend and to ban it. But amendments have been made, yet the Electoral College is still standing firm.